Hey, let's face it, the whole work smarter, not harder mentality is pretty much dead, isn't it? For years I thought the more hours I put into my work, the more successful I'd become. And sure, I made progress, but I was exhausted, constantly on edge, and I felt like I was always one day away from complete burnout. Does that sound familiar? That's when I stumbled onto the idea of a minimalist productivity. And no, I'm not talking about decluttering your desk. It's about getting crystal clear on what actually matters in your work and life so you can focus all your energy on those things. It's how I learned to accomplish what used to take me years in just a matter of months. But minimalist productivity doesn't happen by accident. It takes intention, focus, and yes, a bit of trial and error. So if you're tired of feeling like you're spinning your wheels, not actually getting anywhere, just keep listening. I'm going to walk you through how I went from overwhelmed to laser focused and how you can do the same. The realization, doing more doesn't mean achieving more. I'll be honest, for a long time, I equated being busy with being productive. You know the drill. Long to-do lists, back-to-back meetings, and working late into the night because it's what success is supposed to look like, right? But after a while, it started to feel like I was working hard just for the sake of it. It wasn't actually getting me closer to my goals. The truth hit me like a ton of bricks. Just because I was doing a lot didn't mean I was actually doing the right thing. I needed to step back and reassess what I was really trying to accomplish, and more importantly, was all this busyness helping me get there or just distracting me from what actually mattered? This turning point is where I realized I needed to simplify, strip back, and start focusing on the essentials. This, my friend, is where minimalist productivity was born. Power of less. Why doing less helps you achieve more. I know what you're thinking, doing less, that sounds counterproductive. Trust me, I get it. It's hard to shake the feeling that you need to constantly be grinding, constantly moving to get ahead. But here's the kicker. When you try to do everything, you end up doing most things poorly. There's this concept called the essential few. It's about identifying the small number of tasks or projects that'll give you the biggest results. Think about it. What are one or two things that you could focus on that would really move the needle in your business, career, or personal life? Once you figure that out, you can stop wasting time on all the other noise. For me, it meant narrowing down my focus. I stopped trying to juggle 10 different projects at once and instead focused on just one or two. And the result? Not only did I get more done, but the quality of my work improved tenfold. The mental clarity that comes with focusing on less is a game changer. How to build your own minimalist productivity system. Here's where things get practical. Minimalist productivity isn't about one size fits all. It's about creating a system that works for you, your goals, and your life. Here's how I built mine and how you can start building yours. Step 1, prioritize ruthlessly. The first step in any minimalist productivity system is to get real about what's important. I'm talking ruthless prioritization. What are the few things that actually matter? What's going to drive results? Everything else is literally just noise. One of the best tools I've found for this is the Eisenhower Matrix. It's a simple grid that helps you categorize tasks into 4 categories: urgent, important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and neither. If you can spend the bulk of your time in the important but not urgent quadrant, you're golden. Step 2, batch your tasks. Once you know what's important, the next step is to batch similar tasks together. This has been a game changer for me. Instead of switching between different types of tasks all day, which kills your focus, I group them together. I have specific times of the day when I write, when I design, and when I handle admin work. There's times then I have those meetings. The less switching I do, the more focused I can be. Focus is the name of the game when it comes to minimalist productivity. Step 3, time blocking. If you've never tried time blocking, now's the time to start. The concept is simple. You dedicate blocks of time to specific tasks in your projects, and during those blocks, you focus on nothing else. I can't even begin to tell you how much time blocking has transformed the way I work. I used to think I was great at multitasking, and it turns out I wasn't. I was just constantly shifting my attention, which made everything take longer than it needed to. With time blocking, I've been able to cut down on wasted time and boost my productivity. Step 4, eliminate distractions. You saw this one coming, right? If you want to be truly productive, you have to eliminate distractions. And I'm not just talking about turning your phone off, that helps. I'm talking about getting real with yourself about the things that pull you away from your work. For me, distractions came in the form of email notifications, social media, and even though I hate to admit it, my own tendency to procrastinate on things I didn't feel like doing. To fix this, I had to set some boundaries, turned off notifications, set specific times to check email, and started using tools like website blockers just to keep me focused. And it's amazing how much more you can get done when you're not constantly being pulled in a million different directions. The unexpected benefits of minimalist productivity. Here's something I didn't expect. By simplifying my work life, I also improved my personal life. You see, you're less stressed about your work and more intentional about how you spend your time. That mindset carries over into other areas of your life too. I found myself being more present with friends and family and having more energy to pursue hobbies I love and just generally feeling more balanced. It's funny, once you stop trying to do everything, you actually have time for the things that really matter. The mindset shift. letting go of perfectionism. I'd be lying if I said the shift to minimalist productivity was smooth sailing from day one. You know, it wasn't. One of the hardest parts of this process was learning to let go of perfectionism. I used to have this mentality that everything I worked on had to be perfect. But here's the reality. Perfect doesn't exist, and chasing perfection only leads to burnout. So, I had to learn to embrace the idea that good enough is sometimes exactly what you mean. This doesn't mean settling for mediocrity. It means focusing on what truly is important and letting go of the rest. It means giving yourself permission to fail, make mistakes, and learn as you go. Building your own productivity system. Start today. Hey, if you're still listening, I'm guessing you're ready to start making some changes. You're ready to stop feeling overwhelmed and start working smarter, not harder. And the good news is you can obviously start today. You don't need a fancy system or the latest productivity app to get started. All you need is the willingness to prioritize, simplify, and focus on what really matters. Here's my challenge to you. Pick one area of your life that you feel you're overwhelmed. Maybe it's your work, maybe it's your personal life, or a project you've been putting off. Whatever it is, take a moment to really think about what's important. What are the essential tasks that will have you moving closer to your goal? What can you let go of? Once you've identified those things, start small. Maybe you start batching similar tasks together, or you try time blocking for a day. Maybe you just turn off your notifications for an hour and see how much more focus you feel. Whatever it is, start today, because once you get a taste of how powerful minimalist productivity can be, there's no going back.